singers does it take to change a light bulb? 15. 5 change the bulb, 9 sing a 3-part harmony about how good the old one was. The rest of them walk out because it's bloody electric. Please. It is said that when one has acquired immense power and also compassion for the weak, that one has achieved a state of wisdom. Such a man was the most renowned samurai swordsman of 16th century Japan. His name was Takahara Bokuden. This is his story. It is simply called Winning Without Hands, the tale of Takahara Bokuden. In the beautiful land of the cherry blossoms in the olden days, there was once a large passenger ferry barge that was being rowed across the beautiful Biwa Lake to some temple festival or other. On board, the press of passengers is very great. They are all simple, humble folk, peasants, craftsmen, artisans, people of this kind. But on board there are also 2 men who are of a different class. One is the renowned samurai Takahara Bokuden himself. The other is also a 2-sword man. But this one, he is a youth. He is huge of frame, and he has the high-nosed manner of a bully and a blusterer. The boat has been rowed halfway across the lake when it runs into turbulent waters, and the boat begins to sway this way and that way. As a result, one of the peasants is thrown and cast heavily against the side of the big, arrogant young samurai. His sandal brushes his katana, his longsword. This is a grave insult. The big man flies into a towering rage at the peasant. He says, "Out upon thee, thou muck-hoofed bungra! How darest thou thrust thy filthy footwear against my steel?" Well, the poor wretch, he flings himself on his face before the big man, and he says, "Oh, high-born one, please forgive the unpardonable awkwardness of this wretched worm-like one, but it was from the evil lurching of the boat, not out of disrespect for thy dignity." The big man is unappeased. He spurs the peasant with his foot, drags out his short sword, and makes ready to plunge it into the peasant there and then. Bokuden is standing nearby, and in that moment he catches the young man by the sleeve and he says, "Nay, sir, let thy wrath cool, lest thou dost something thou wilt regret upon the morrow. For the offence was not intentioned, and hath been covered by courteous apology." The big man eyes Bokuden up and down. "Who art thou, samurai, to thrust thyself unasked into this affair?" Bokuden mildly says, "I am, as thou seest, a 2-sword man like thyself, and I speak in simple justice." "Have a care, samurai, have a care, lest thou find thyself with this clod's offence on thy shoulders and my bread in thy carcass instead of his." Bokuden says, "One can but trust to one's own poor skill and to the integrity of one's intentions." So skill, thou deemest thyself a fencer. Know that I am a sensei of the Muteki Ryu, that is the school invincible, and it now behoveth me to lesson thee in manners and in sword play. And he goads Bokuden to draw. Bokuden says, "As for this inconsequential one, I am but a deficient student of the Mutekatsu Ryu, that is, the school of winning without hands. But come, sir, how can we speak of a duel here on this crowded barge where there is no room for movement? We shall reach the shore soon enough." "So, samurai, methinks thy words were higher stomached than thy intentions." At this point, the boat is passing a tiny island made of sand and of brambles. Bokuden says to the rowers, turn thou thence, and the rowers obey. The boat has hardly grated on the shore of the little island. The big man leaps overboard, draws his katana, and now he commands Bokuden to follow for the duel to the death. Bokuden seizes the barge pole and makes ready to vault onto the little island. But instead, he gives the barge pole a mighty shove, and the boat recedes back out onto the lake, out of reach. The swashbuckler is marooned. He is afire with fury. He says, "Come back, thou coward, to thy chastisement!" Bokuden says, "Not so, my hot-headed young friend. For did I not tell thee that I was of the school of winning without hands? To beat thee, I had no need to draw my blades." He then says to the rowers, "Proceed thou to thy destination, and pay no heed to yonder empty imprecations, and so that thou may be sure that I have dealt in mercy by that swaggering lout, know that my name is Bokuden." When the passengers hear this, they all bow low before him in great admiration. For you see, Bokuden's name is honored in every list of the empire. And so it is, my friends, that this tale has been cast abroad to give witness to the true tenets of Bushido, the warrior way, which declareth that the sword's greatest victories are won without putting hand to hilt.